Hello, hello, and good evening, and welcome to the Magnificent Abundance Manifesto. So today our live is around being assertive and have boundaries. So the question I have for you is, do you know how to be assertive and how to have strong boundaries? Well, let's go to the beginning. Let's get to the basics. What does it mean being assertive? What does it mean having boundaries? Do you know? Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little secret. Hey, Sheridan. So, okay, I'm going to give you a little secret. A few years ago, many years ago actually. Hi, Shweta. Many years ago, when I was a junior in investment banking, I was not feeling at ease in that world. I didn't like the vibe, I didn't like the people. I mean, it's not that I didn't like them, I didn't feel comfortable around them because they didn't feel really authentic to me, and I was not really being myself. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. My manager sent me to a course to learn to be assertive. And to my friends, they've known me as someone really assertive. So for my manager to send me to a course to learn how to be assertive, well, that must tell you, how much of a difference there was between how I was behaving in an environment where I was feeling comfortable and in an environment where I was feeling like not at my place. So I did go there, and obviously I didn't learn much because it was not really that I didn't know how to be assertive. It's because I didn't feel in my power. And whatever tricks and strategies people can teach you, if you don't feel strong inside, strong in your core, you're not going to be yourself. You're not going to be able to be truthful to people, authentic, and let alone assertive, because there is so much fear. So that's why when people tell you that it's about being assertive and having strong boundaries, the real reality of this is to look within and see what is happening underneath the surface. Is it because you're not at ease with yourself, or you're not in an environment that allows you to do that? But underneath the surface, even, there are a lot of stuff that is blocking your ability to just be you. And so that's one part. Now, when you dig further and you look into your being, that fear that you have, that discomfort, is a pattern that you might have carried with you. And when you are not comfortable with being yourself, then you are going to allow other people to violate your private space because you don't know how to say no. And it has nothing to do with how to express yourself and how to say things a certain way. It's that deep feeling that you have inside and that relationship with yourself. It's that thing that is related to your core. And if you don't heal your core, then you can take all the courses in the world. It's not going to really help you much. Maybe for a minute or two, you might say the right thing, but you're not going to feel it. And this is how you know how So it's if you are struggling with saying no to people, if you're struggling with boundaries and you let people walk over you, that is synonymous with a poor relationship with yourself. Because at your core, there is a lot of wounds that are preventing you from voicing your truth, from saying, no, I don't like it, from saying, don't do that because I am not comfortable with it, from saying, well, this is what I like. I might do that because you want to do it and I would like you to make you happy today, but I'm doing that to make you happy. So it doesn't mean like by the way, when you're assertive and you have boundaries that you only do what you want. No, it's you can do what someone else wants, but you are not doing it out of weakness. Weakness of character. You're doing it out of strength because you are acknowledging your need and your desires to yourself first, and then you're voicing it to the other person. And you're doing this, but it doesn't mean like if you're not doing it because of the fear of losing the love. Okay? So that's the difference. When you do something consciously and willingly, or when you do something out of fear of losing the love or being rejected or not being included. And a lot of people who have weak boundaries, they are always worried about being in the wrong, or worried about being rude, whilst it's only about asserting what makes them feel comfortable or not. So to them, saying that they like or don't like something to someone else feels almost like being rude. Can you imagine how terrible that is? So when you are in that space where you don't even feel like you can express your discomfort, that means like you are really struggling with, asserting yourself as a person, and there is a lot of fear and anxiety there that needs to be addressed. So in order for you to learn to do this, then you need to do a healing on your core, on your spiritual core, so that then you can freely do things from a natural place, something that feels natural to you. You don't force it. And that requires very layers of healing, because when I work with my clients, and a lot have had issues with boundaries and self-belief and faith in themselves, it's because they felt attacked, criticized when they just expressed their desires and needs. And that is something to look into, because you can't go further in your life by just giving your power away and not being able to assert what you want, right? So that is something very, very, very critical, because it affects all your relationships at work, with your partner, in your business, with your friends. And it almost creates a fake version of yourself, because the person who doesn't feel comfortable enough to say that they like it or they don't like it, or just say, well, you hurt my feelings right now because, and just be authentic, well, they are going to become people pleaser and do things but being reluctant to do so, and totally become like they're going to lose themselves. And this is what I call like, you know, like they're going to be a fake version of themselves because they will never be courageous enough to really say it the way it is, because they are so afraid of the repercussions, of the consequences. So learning to do this is, again, it's not some strategy or some wording that you express. Of course, you can learn how to express things, but that's just one bit, like it's tiny bit. What really you need to do is go underneath and look into why at some point of your life you stopped sharing, you stopped looking into yourself, you stopped expressing what makes you feel good or what makes you uncomfortable. What happened there? What was the trauma or the event that made you say never again, because I'm so scared of what's going to happen if I don't comply and become a people pleaser? All right? Good. Okay, so that was it for today. Do you have any questions when it comes to this? So if you want me to give you a solution today, so look into these questions I just asked. You know, when was the first time you stopped listening to yourself? When was the first time you had to do something that you didn't want to? How did you feel at that moment in time? And where is it in your body? And then release it. Obviously, there are deeper work that is to be done, but that's the first step. And when you then heal all of that part of you, then just saying things is not going to feel so fearful anymore. You're not going to feel anxious. Right. So it's not something that comes to mind easily. What is not coming to mind easily? So obviously, it's not something you can cure in a communication skills course. It's something that needs healing, require healing. And when you heal all of these wounds that created that situation, right, the first time it happened. So I gave you some indicators, and obviously the best thing to do is when you are in a course or in a session, on a one-to-one session, because then we can really go, and I see as well what happened, because I have the site where I see intuitively what happened and what caused this. So you can either try to do it by yourself or work with me on this, but this is the path. And don't go into thinking mode. It comes like in a second. You will have a picture, a memory that comes back to you. All right? Okay. Hi, Stephanie. So that is, again, very important to do. So some people here is watching, so you have been quite attacked because of that feeling of, like, when you express yourself, you felt judged, attacked. Hence the fear of expressing yourself these days. So clear that and heal that. Send a lot of light to that. Okay. So that was it for today. That is very important, to be able to express your needs, desires, say what you like, what you don't like. Because that creates a lot of issues as well in relationships, like love relationships, marriages, partnerships, business partnerships, work relationships. This is at the center of everything. And if you don't heal it and you don't handle it, it will have a knock-on effect in everything, and you're not going to feel at ease anywhere. Unless with very specific people who are inspiring to you. But that's important. All right? Good. Okay. So, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you and wish you a beautiful evening. Again, happy Easter, everybody. So I hope you had loads of chocolate. Did you? I had some chocolate. And that you're making the most of your time. And again, healing yourself is really essential. So keep doing the work. And because the inner work is it's paramount to creating the empire that you want to create for your life. Okay. Alright, so I will speak to you in my next video, and happy manifesting. Bye bye. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, share, like, and put a comment under the video. Bye and happy manifesting.